Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So up until recently, if you wanted to find out if your processor supports Windows 11 due to the strict hardware requirements, Microsoft had made processor lists available over on its Microsoft Docs website. So if we just head over to that quickly, here's what it looks like if you are looking for supported AMD processors. You've got your manufacturer, your brand, and your model. So that's AMD, and that's Qualcomm. The same approach, manufacturer, brand, and model. Now, just to let you know that if you're running an Intel processor and trying to find out if it is supported by Windows 11, this is no longer the case because Microsoft is listing processor series now instead of the individual processors. So if we head over to same website, but now we're looking for Intel processors, you can see now that it's listed by series. So you've got manufacturer, product name, and series. So very interesting change that Microsoft has made. So what happens now is that you actually now need to know the generation of your processor, which puts it into the actual series, which makes things a lot more difficult and a little bit more confusing. Now, as an example, if we click on the Intel Celeron 3000 series, the link that Microsoft has added, so that heads directly over to Intel's website, but it isn't really helpful, and I'll tell you why. Because on these pages, Intel lists all processors of a series on the relevant website, even those that do not support Windows 11. So it's very strange that Microsoft has done this. And heading back to Microsoft's list over on Microsoft Docs, it's quite broad. It's quite a broad list. So if we head back to AMD as an example, I think this narrows it down quite a lot. Puts things and makes things a lot more understandable and takes away the confusion because you've got manufacturer, brand, and model. So you just need to know the exact model of your processor and CPU. But heading back to Intel and clicking once again, just as an example on that first listing. So on this page, especially if you don't have the technical know-how, you would rightfully assume that your processor is compatible if it's listed on this page, even though some of these are not compatible with Windows 11. Now, I think the reason Microsoft may have done this, obviously this is not confirmation, but heading back to AMD, you can see when it's listed by model, brand, and manufacturer, this list is quite long, and it was even longer for Intel. So it could be that Microsoft wanted to make it easier in regards to the length and all the listings that were taking place, because I think this was getting a little bit out of hand maybe, and they wanted to just narrow things down and collate things. But I think this may cause a couple of problems, especially if you're running an Intel CPU, because it could make processors that are not officially supported look like they are supported by Windows 11 because it says Windows 11 supported Intel processors. So let me know what you think. Always interested to hear. Good or bad move? I personally think Microsoft was trying to do a bit of housekeeping, but at the end of the day has just made things more difficult and more confusing. That's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.